I'm just cranking them out tonight. Okay. This reading is titled "Catch Me in the Overflow" on purpose because um and this was like, dang, I really had a great day today. Like like real talk. We had a great day today. Catch Me in the Overflow. Okay. I don't know why I feel like this is like a poem or something just coming to me. Catch me in the overflow, in the essence of who I be, not in the essence of who I am, but in the essence of the realm which I'm aspiring to perceive. Okay. Catch me in the overflow. Okay. So when you catch me in the overflow, I want you to understand that I want you to catch me in no catching no what? That's crazy word. Catch me in the flight of me. Yeah, catch me in the flight of me. It's funny. I'm sorry because I don't normally start videos or like blah blah blah, but this is a different energy. It's funny because every time I start a new video, it's a different energy, a different vibe, and I need time to kind of like get into the energy. What is that about? Okay, but fine. I digress. Let's bless the space first and foremost. Spirit, bless this space that I'll be able to share this message or this energy that is coming forth in terms of catch me in the overflow. May be protected and guided by your gracious light, loving hands. Let my voice be free. Let me be able to relay the message in the name of Jesus. I'm very managed. Um, catch me in the overflow. So I was journaling today. Bro, when I say I had a great conversation with this friend, like we was really vibing, right? He was really vibing. Um, But this download came to me when I was talking to my friend today, and it was Catch Me in the Overflow. Like, I got a whole bunch of downloads when I was talking to my friend, like, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna make a video for everything I can remember, everything I could recall, everything I'm thinking about. But one of the things we were talking about was Catch Me in the Overflow, right? And I wanted to talk about this because it's important to respect your energy. And like we as people don't always respect our own space, let alone we really so most of us are not cognizant of the energy that we have. A lot of times we get up, we work, we deal with our kids, we just moving, we surviving, we doing our thing. It don't matter which walk of life you're walking in, you walking in it, right? So most of the time we're walking in our situations or our stories or our journeys or whatever the case may be. And as we're walking, we most times we're not cognizant or aware of the energy that we are giving out. And I don't mean in the sense of like the energy in terms of like attitude and demeanor, anything like that, but like just the sheer energy that it takes to like move around, talk, and do things, or just like care about a situation. Like energy is important, and is how we physically survive. We gotta eat, right? And so, like when I say catch me in the overflow, what I am learning is that you cannot give out of capacity. And I'm going to break that down. The capacity in which you hold for yourself, the space, the energy, the time, the effort, the intention, the inertia, the whatever you give to yourself that you hold for yourself has to be full before you can offer any assistance or help or anything to someone else. And I know a lot of times people are like, what are you talking about? Like, what? I can just easily help somebody do that. Yeah, because you're in the capacity and the willingness and wantingness to do it. Therefore, you have the energy to exude toward that action or that behavior. What I'm saying is catch me in the overflow. Meaning, I don't want to give so much of myself, even if it is a minuscule ounce of my time, space, or energy or effort to I want to say this right. I don't want to give this energy to insignificant things. Now, granted, I know I said that everything matters and that everything is important and that all things that transpire to you is teaching you something. Yes, it is important. It has a weight to it. However, the energy that I give to that particular thing is something that I wish to give out of the overflow of the energy that I have for myself. Meaning, I don't seek to be depleted, and nor should you. You should not give so much of your time, effort, or energy to something that is not filling you up and allowing you to give more to the next person or the next thing that comes in that space. And when you give more, you're not giving more yourself, you're giving the overflow. And what that means is that you have to have a boundary, a standard in which you live by. And you can't, I'm not going to say you can't because people do it all the time. People expect people to live to a certain boundary or standard or expectation that they've put in place. And then they themselves are not in turns or to treating their own selves that way, let alone treating somebody else that way. So you have to be very intentional and you have to be respectful and realistic about the boundaries, expectations, and or standards that you put in place, not just for yourself, but for others too. And when I say catch me in the overflow, baby, what I'm trying to tell you is respect my space. Respect my boundary. Respect that I have respect for you and that I am not going to allow you to cross me in this way. And it's not to assume that a person is cross or wanting to cross or going to cross. It is to set the tone for the space, period. Meaning when you walk in the room, you should command so much authority and respect within yourself because of just the essence and energy of who you are, your worth, your confidence, your compassion, your dignity, your it was your meaning, your purpose. You should command the room anytime you walk in the room. And it's not to shun or make anybody else obey. You're commanding your space, your energy. You are in control of your shit. How you put yourself out there. How you exude your energy. How you choose to move side in space. How you hold space for you. And when you hold and command space and discipline for you, you are not even going to allow yourself to be in a space that does not have the capacity to hold your energy. You're going to move and you're going to need people to move or match it so that the space can be shared. And if not, catch the overflow. And that's a positive and a negative content. You can kiss my ass. That's what that means as well. Real talk. Because, like, why should I dim myself or why should I exude more energy than is necessary? Be it mentally, physically, emotionally, cognitively, physically, whatever. Why should I exude it? Yeah. Why should I exude that much energy if I myself am not being able to hold that space for myself? And if it's just taking too much, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not giving you that kind of energy or that kind of space in my mind, or in my space, in my bubble. You're not welcome here. Chew, get out. Like, real talk. Like, I say treat people the way you want to be treated, and I mean that with everything in me because I even teach my students the same thing. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Respect the space, and the space will respect you. How you show up in the space and how you treat people in that space is how people are going to treat and show up for you. What you give out is what you get back. And when you give out and it's not reciprocated, that is an indication of someone that is either in lack or in lust or in greed. They're wanting more than what they're willing to give. Or they're in need of what you have and they have nothing to offer but the ability to listen. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you have to be mindful and cognizant of that. And that's discernment. That's discernment. Now, respecting the space means that you have to have some discernment, right? Catching the overflow means you have to have some discernment. Catch me in the overflow means that I'm not going to give more of myself or any of myself, for that matter, to anything that is undeserving of my energy. And those that are deserving of my energy, not only will they get my energy, but they will get the overflow of my energy, meaning they will get the residue, the remnants of being in my presence and what my gift brings to that space. They will get the overflow of my energy. They by some means, way, shape, form, or fashion, they will be blessed because of the energy and essence of me, and vice versa. Meaning we are in a shared connection, communion or community or agreed space, agreed upon vibrational frequency wise space. And so it's like if we're not there, yeah, you can get your overflow, you can get the residue, the good or the bad residue. I don't give a damn that part. But those that I care about, yeah, catch the overflow, like get the good. Because you can catch the overflow in the light and you can catch the overflow in the dark. You choose. And like my light is light and my dark is hell. So it's like you pick and choose which one you want to get from me. And I'll pick and choose which way I want to show up. And that's how we as human beings should be moving in terms of like energetically wise, like respecting the energy. Like I am not seeking to make anyone feel insignificant about him or herself in any way, shape, form, or fashion. If anything, I seek to bring light, love, and positive energy to your space to help you. And not on no fluke shit, but on some real shit and like really on some, you know what I'm saying, the truth. Because the truth hurt. And if I truly care about you, I'm going to tell you the truth about yourself. And whether it be light or dark, whether it be good or bad, I'm going to tell you the truth about yourself. Even the things that I don't necessarily care for or like about you. When I find the words, oh baby, I'm going to give them to you. Especially if I deem it fit and is deserving of you to receive that type of communication from me. Because I really don't have to care about none of that at all. I value certain relationships for the sake of the fact of having the relationship to learn something about myself and the companionship and just to be the share essence of being able to give and gift and love on someone else besides myself, especially those that are in need. However, I refuse to give up myself to an individual, person, or being that doesn't deserve it. And those people know who they are. Like people that know they don't deserve the good, they know who they are. You don't have to point them out or none of that. You don't gotta call them out. They know who they are. They know what they putting out when they get up every day and walk around every day. The cat's outside. I'm so sorry. I apologize. My son, he's like, Mom, you should get rid of the cats. Bro, I can't. It's never a dull moment in this house, but it's really never a dull moment in this house. I digress because I was definitely talking to you about catching the overflow, and I don't even remember where I left off at, but it is imperative to understand what the overflow is. So, give me a second. The overflow. I just feel like I need to bounce right now. All right, I had to get a new little position. Look, don't be looking at my stuff. Let me just my stuff. You know what I'm saying? My stuff a little yeah. Um, when I say catch me in the overflow, what the overflow is the extra capacity, the extra space, the energy that I don't mind exuding or sharing, or that it's just a smile to somebody on a rough day. It's a positive, kind word. It's just being I said real cordial, being cordial and respecting the space. Like coming in with a positive attitude when you go to work, or when you coming home from work, looking for the good things and not the bad things. Focusing on what has been done since you've been gone versus what wasn't done while you was away. Um, it's letting somebody get over while you driving. It's little stuff, little itty bitty things that are in essence the overflow, because I don't have to do those things. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to share my, I don't know, paper or scissors or crayons or pencils or whatever, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bones. I don't have to share if I don't want to. Yet, I'm willing to share because one, sharing makes me feel good to know that I actually was able to help you. And two, sharing because it's the right thing to do. Like, just, I don't want to be like, I'm not a glutton. I'm not greedy. I share. Possessive, maybe a little bit of certain things. But like being catching the overflow is understanding to not give so much of yourself that you're not holding on to you. You have to hold on to the parts of you that matter, the parts of you that are important, the parts of you that make you who you actually genuinely honestly are, the parts in you that are are rooted in you, that is the essence of you, right? Like the core of you. You have to hold on to that childlike innocence of who you honestly, genuinely are. Remember yourself. Remember your youth. Remember your dreams, your goals, your hopes, your ambitions, your attributes, the things that you were able to accomplish in the process of seeking that said dream, that goal, right? Remember those things, because those things are important. Those things fill you up, and do things to help you get to that point, that destiny, your journey, wherever you're trying to go, right? And the people that help you get there, you appreciate them and you give back. That is your overflow too, right? Like you want to be able to thrive and help those around you thrive. I think of it like the thread and a stitch, right? Because my mom used to be a craft woman. She used to create blankets and teddy bear. Well, yeah, she created. I think she did this. Well, my mom used to knit and crochet, basically, for lack of a better way of saying it. My mom used to knit and crochet, and she used to make all these beautiful projects and put people's names and images and stuff in the actual crochet thing by using her own pattern. She would just say, "Oh, what's the baby's name?" And then she would crochet the baby's name in the damn blanket. I'm like, "Ma, how did you do that?" And she's like, "Oh, I want to make letter this way, so." And she would change her stitches so it could pop out certain ways. And I'm just like, bro, that's so dope. The fact that you can actually conceptualize that in your mind and actually create that right here in the present, like with your actual bare hands. And like I would tell her, like, Mom, sell your stuff. And she's like, no, that's not why I do it. I do it because I just want to share love and the time, effort, and energy that took to put into that, and the way that they get to use and they get to keep it for years, the keepsake. So I'm like, that's dope. Like I literally have her blanket that she made me on my bed, like right now, to this day. And I have a childhood blanket that she made for myself and my siblings when we were growing up. I still have the blanket. Now, it brings me back to my point when I say about understanding the stitches, because one of the stitches slipped. And when that stitch slipped, it created a gap or a hole in the blanket. And I couldn't find where the stitch had fell out or where the yarn had snapped. And so I was like, well, I still want to use the blanket. I still want to use the blanket. And I still was using the blanket, and the hole got bigger. And then I got sad because I'm like, I'm ruining the blanket. I should have just put it away when I first noticed that it had the stitching thing pop or whatever. I should have just put it away, and I still used it, and now it's worse. So I was upset about it for a good little while. Then it was like, okay, fuck the blanket. I went through so many levels, right? But this is important because that's how we go through life sometimes, right? We go through these different levels and we go through stages. It's like, yo, all that energy that she took to make the blanket, and then all the love that I felt towards the blanket because of the fact that she made it, and then the fact that we got to use it, and attachment that I grew to it, and just being able to feel close to her because she made it, and then like just that childhood memories that I gained from actually having that particular blanket, like it's special to me. And so me being hard headed and not, paying attention, I made a natural thing that could happen worse. And we do that in our lives because we make decisions and choices, and we jump out here and we attempt to help somebody, or we attempt to do things, or we attempt to be stubborn, or we are stubborn, and we make decisions and choices that are detrimental to ourselves. And we put ourselves in spaces that we don't necessarily belong in, all because we're not paying attention and we want to hold space for somebody else or for something, or because we just want what the fuck we want when we want it, and we're not, what I'm saying, being, mature enough to grow up. We're just being spoiled brats. And so what I'm learning when I say catch me in the overflow, I'm learning always, oh, my computer's getting ready to, don't die before I finish. What I'm learning is that I cannot give so much of myself that I have nothing for myself to give to me. That means I cannot keep helping people who are not also helping themselves too. I'm just pouring into you and filling you up and watching you grow up and move on, and I'm still stuck and stagnant in the same spot. If I took that same time, effort, and energy that I poured into you, and I put that attention into myself, I know for a fact that I would progress beyond where I actually am. And then in essence, I would also be able to help someone else. I could overflow into their lives, overflow into their well-being, right? I don't want to give more of myself than I'm able to give. I choose not to hold capacity to that regard. I choose to hold capacity for myself first, and anything extra is the overflow. Once I have solidified and secured what is close to me, or right, like, imperative, important for me and for my well-being, or for the comfortability of my space, then I can, you know, offer more of myself to others. Now, I'm not saying this in the sense that you cannot offer help or assistance to a person that is in need, because you can give somebody a ride. That's overflow, right? You can feed somebody. You can pack a bag of food and take it to somebody's house and drop it off because you know they're in need of food. That's overflow. Even though you yourself might not have enough. But I have a meal for tonight and I have a meal for tomorrow. Let me make sure you got a meal for a week. Right? And people are like, it's crazy. No, it's not. That's not. Because I know where my help comes from. So when I give knowingly that I am giving from the overflow and not from my actual tank. And I'm not depleting myself to help you or assist you. And that is a lesson I had to learn through my life because of what I myself personally have been through. And it is not a negative thing, it is a positive thing because you have to have boundaries. And with that being said, I'm going to end this message because my kids are knocking on the door. To Donald's help be true, a piece of say it. To thine own self be true. Peace, Ashe, I say, amen, I say. Peace.